my god, guys, the Dragon Ball Legends Reveals and Stuff Special Edition 2023 has just ended, and all I have to say is this is how you start an anniversary. By default is better than last year's. So the Dragon Ball Legends Reveals and Stuff Special Edition 2023 has just ended, and we got all sorts of information for what we're going to be receiving in the next few hours for the Dragon Ball Legends 5th anniversary. We're going to be getting a ton of events. Most of these events actually are giving out a lot of crystals. By default, this is way better than last year because last year there was hardly anything to do and hardly any way to get crystals. So now they're, it looks like they learned from their mistake. So the free-to-play side of this is going to be feasting during the anniversary. There's a multitude of ways for you guys to get crystals from the plethora of events that they announced. But also, putting the events to the side, because there was way too many to try to go over, we are obviously getting new units. We're getting 2 free-to-play units and a total of, I believe, was it 4 new Sparking units? So, like, in terms of the banner. So, the 2 free-to-play units that we'll be getting in the game are none other than Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Ultimate Gohan. And also, it's very important to note, because I actually like what they're doing with this, specifically when it comes down to the card art of these characters from Super Buu on for, throughout the rest of the year, all free-to-play units will have their art in like that sideways format, like how it was for Super Buu, which I like personally, because Super Buu's art, in my opinion, is probably one of the best art, card art we've gotten in the game, hands down. So yes, that means, the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Ultimate Gohan, their card art is, looking towards the side. It looks nice. It looks really, really nice. Anyway, that's besides the point. So I'll break down the free-to-play units and then we'll get to the summonable units. So first up is obviously, Super Saiyan God Vegeta. He's going to be a Sparking unit, he's going to be a green unit, and he's a ranged type. So his tags are, of course, Vegeta Clan, Saiyan, God Key, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or otherwise known as Super Saiyan Blue, Universe Rep, and Event Exclusive. And it says, the increase to damage inflicted when drawing or using arts cards and incredible firepower when using the same arts repeatedly are highlights. So, long story short, when it comes down to Vegeta, you're going to want to make sure that you're using the same arts card over and over and over again to maximize his damage. So, prime example, he's a ranged type, you get stuck with nothing but blast arts cards, you use blast arts in, succession, you're going to be doing more and more damage with blast arts. And again, this is just like surface level stuff. They haven't broken down anything. Even at that, the anniversary starts in literally a few hours. So they don't really need to tell us all the details. We'll be getting all that information quite literally in a few hours. So that's Vegeta. And then for Ultimate Gohan, it shows that he's a Sparking unit, he's a yellow unit, and a melee type. Also tags Sun Family, Hybrid Saiyan, Universe Rep, and Event Exclusive. And then haste perks are inflicted damage up, crit rate up, critical damage up. Gohan is a seriously powerful offensive attacker that can bring the heat, obviously with them primarily highlighting his critical potential. So that is also really good. And again, with him being on Universe Rep, if you want to kind of like swap out Master Roshi for him, you could, right? Well, I'll even say if you don't have Master Roshi, he's probably going to be your yellow unit, right? And also with Vegeta, if you don't have the Revival US Sign Goku, he's probably going to be your green unit, right? But yeah, that's it with the free-to-play side. And of course, just note that we will have the co-op there as well. So if you want to, boost up their Z-Power all the way up to however much you want to boost it up to, you have that opportunity to do so. Now, we get into the summonable units. But before we actually break down what they can do, of course, I recorded my reaction. So check out my reaction, and then we'll break down what they can do. Let's see. Warriors of Justice from Dragon Ball Super's Universe Survival Saga are coming one after another. Okay, let's get it. What? What the heck? I was not expecting her to be a easy target. Okay. What? Wait! I was not expecting any of these guys to be playable characters ever! What the heck? That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. A new Jiren? Okay. Dang! He's transforming! He's transforming! I knew it! I knew that's what the cryptic message was! Gone!
Trust is for the weak.
Okay, Jiren? It's time. It's time! Yes! Finally! Yes! It's about time! No! Show me the heat! Show me the heat! Oh man! Finally, Goku and Frieza! Gone! Okay! Oh! Oh, Villa! Yes! Nah, bro, I gotta land this. I gotta land this. Oh, there we go! That's so quick! Bro, no, I need that. Oh, man. Yes!
Frieza, we did it!
I need that, bro. Oh, man. No, I'm excited. Holy. I am so excited for this anniversary. Like, by default, this banner is way better than the first banner we had for the 4th anniversary last year, because unlike us starting off with only 2 Sparking units for the anniversary, we're starting off with 4 Sparking units. That's how you start it off. That's a really good start. But anyway, let's break down the very first character. So of course it's Kyawei. She's a Sparking unit and she's also a support type. Also, side note, I believe that this is the first 3D Dragon Ball game that she's actually playable in. Like, she might be playable in Dokkan, but again, in terms of 3D Dragon Ball games, I don't believe she's even in Heroes. So it's actually pretty cool to see her in a 3D Dragon Ball game. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure she's not in Heroes. Anyway, again, support type, she's a green unit. Tags are Universe 4, Rival Universe, Universe Rep, and Girls. So Girls is finally getting a buff. That's fantastic. Episode is Universe Revival Saga S. And of course, Z Ability 3 plus 30% to tag Universe Rep, tag Girls, or tag Rival Universe, base strike and blast defense, and plus 15% to tag Universe Rep, base strike attack during battle. So pretty straightforward. Her special arts restores ally health by 10%, which is nice, and reduces enemy vanishing gauge to 0, activates twice. So, for lack of better words, think of it like, you know, like the tag androids, right? Think of it like 18 special skill, but you can do it twice. That's great, which means that if you're in a really perilous situation, or you really are trying to like maybe knock out a unit or prevent them from vanishing, or whatever the case may be, pop your special skill and attack. Of course, if the circumstances align for it. If they don't, then obviously be careful. But it's a really, really good ability. And then of course, unique abilities, randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards, and restores ally key by 30 when this character is switched to standby. So that's fantastic. So if you take her out, you're guaranteed 30 key. Unless, you know, you're fighting units that cripple your key. But that's nice. So at the very least, you can throw out Strike and Blast, or if you have enough key, maybe you can throw out something even stronger. So there's that. And then of course, restores Vanishing Gauge by 100% when this character performs a Vanishing Step, activates once. She literally got the Pui Pui treatment. Because Pui Pui has that exact same ability. When he's first vanishing, he gets his Vanishing Gauge back, and you can just vanish again. So that's fantastic. And then on top of it all, she has Strike Cover, which is fantastic. Has a special cover change against Strike Arts attacks, comboable arts, special move. So it's good that she's having meta-relevant abilities. Again, having unique cover changes is always going to be a good thing, point blank period. All right, moving on to Kahseral. Now, this, I believe, is the second 3D Dragon Ball game that he's in, because I do know he is in Heroes, but he's not in Xenoverse 2, he's not in Fighters, he's not in Kakarot, he's not in any of those games. This is the second 3D Dragon Ball game that this person is in, and I believe it's also the first time that for Kahseral and Kyawei that the English voice actors are voicing the characters in a game. So that's awesome, unless, you know, Dokkan has that. Anyway, so he's a Sparking unit, he's a melee type, and he's also a red unit. Now, I think he's in a bit more of a predicament because when it comes down to Universe Rep, he's gonna have to directly compete with Hit for that red unit spot. Granted, if you don't have Hit, then Kahseral would be your unit, but if you do have Hit, he's gonna have to compete with Hit for that spot. May not be easy, but it is what it is. Anyway, tags are Universe 11, Rival Universe, and Universe Rep. Episode is Universe Survival Saga S. And of course, Z Ability 3 plus 30% to tag Universe Rep, Element Red or Element Purple, base strike attack and blast defense, and plus 15% to tag Universe Rep, base blast attack during battle. This is actually going to be important for something later on. And I'll, hopefully if I remember, I will be able to clarify on that. But that's actually very important for later on. Unique abilities. Increase his own arts card draw speed by 1 level for 10 timer counts when this character enters the battlefield if there are 3 battle members remaining. Cannot be canceled. So, the way how this is put, it's probably best to like lead off with this unit, only because of the fact that he's able to take advantage of card draw speed while your entire team is alive. So, and it's for 10 timer counts. So, it's good, but again, your team needs to be alive. Once they die, you lose that ability, I'm pretty sure. So, it is what it is. When this character enters the battlefield, if there is a defeated battle member, restores own health by 15%, activates twice, because obviously total 3 members, and if he's last man standing. Plus 30% to damage inflicted, cannot be canceled, activates once, and nullifies enemy special cover changes for 10 timer counts. So he has abilities that you can lead off with him, but you can also kind of have him as last man standing a little bit. So we will have to see how that works. And then of course, the following effects also occur if there are 2 defeated battle members. Restores own health by 30% only once when it reaches 0, cannot be canceled, and reduces enemy ki by 50. So not only do you knock down your opponent's ki by half, you also get endurance. Wow, that's actually nice. That's literally what the MUI Goku treatment, because he has that exact same ability. When he's last man standing, he gets endurance. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. And then continuing with unique abilities, the following effects occur when changing cover. Applies attribute upgrade, shorten substitution count by 3 to self. Effect resets after character switch, which is nice. Reduces enemy ki by 30, and then after that, reduces enemy ki by 15, activates once. So the first cover change, you're knocking your enemy's ki down by 45, which is incredible. Reduces enemy vanishing gauge to 0, activates twice. That means 2 times you cover change, you take away their vanish. Randomly destroys 1 enemy card, and then you randomly destroy another card again. Activates once. So the first time you cover change, you knock down your enemy's ki by 45, and you knock down 2 cards. And then you also reduce your enemy's vanishing gauge once, straight down to 0. When you cover change again, then you only knock down their ki by 30, and you only destroy 1 card, but you do also knock down their vanish again. So that is actually pretty solid. And then main ability, draw the ultimate card or ultimate arts card Justice Stream next. Inflicts all enemies with no switching for 5 timer counts if there is a defeated battle member. So again, he does have like some perks that you can use him at the beginning of battle, but they're really making it seem as if he's probably best as the last man standing. But all in all, he doesn't sound half bad. Now, moving on to the next Sparking unit, we have JIREN. Now remember, we did have that cryptic message, and yes, the cryptic message hinted towards this JIREN, like to the T. So of course I'll break everything down. So of course, JIREN, Sparking unit, he's a defense type. Defense types have been getting a lot of love as of late, especially yellow defense types. He's a yellow unit. So there's that. Tags, Universe 11, Powerful Opponent, Rival Universe, and Universe Rep. Episodes, Universe Survival Saga S. Z Ability 3, plus 30% to tag Universe Rep, tag Powerful Opponent, or tag Rival Universe, base blast attack and strike defense, and plus 15% to tag Universe Rep, base blast defense during battle. So again, pretty straightforward. Moving on to his unique abilities, nullifies abnormal conditions for 60 timer counts when battle starts, cannot be canceled, which is fantastic. So things like paralysis, he's immune to for 60 timer counts when the battle starts. So that will be fantastic against the likes of, I don't know, multiple units that are just annoying. I'll just put it like that. All right, nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained. for 10 timer counts when this character enters the battlefield, activates once. And then of course restores own health by 10% after enemy attack is over, activates 3 times, which is nice, so we get some health back. Continuing, it says, has a special cover change against Strike Arts attack, which makes sense, it's JIREN. Anyway, the following effects occur when changing cover. Reduces enemies' Dragon Balls by 1, activates once. Cancels enemies' attribute upgrades and buff effects, activates once. Very important ability. Lots of units have been getting that ability as of late, and it's been extremely helpful. Very, very helpful. That's a very powerful ability. And then of course, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20 to all arts costs for 5 timer counts, which means that not only is he able to knock down the Dragon Balls, and he's also to like wipe out their buff effects and all that good stuff, right? He's also able to sabotage their arts costs. So that means what? Strike will be 40, Ki Blast will be 50, special move will be 70, ultimate attack will be 40, and special skill should be 35 if I'm not mistaken. I forgot it was 15 or whatnot. But yeah, powerful, very powerful. It'll be able to stop the opponent from comboing for 15 years. Continuing, applies the following effects to all enemies after changing cover. Inflicts attribute downgrade -2 arts card draw speed levels for 5 timer counts. So if somebody cover changes to JIREN, your combo's done. That's pretty much it. Like your arts cost goes way too high, and your card draw speed goes to the gutter. So that's by 2 levels, that's pretty big. So if he cover changes, your combo's done. There's no way you're gonna be able to continue. And then of course, inflicts attribute downgrade -50 to key recovery for 5 timer counts. So again, you lose your card draw speed, so you're not drawing anything. Your key recovery is going down, so you're not gonna be able to gain key, and all your arts costs go up. Your combo's done. That's it. He cover changes, land that hit, and stop. That's it. And then main ability, he transforms into full power JIREN and reduces enemies' Dragon Balls by 1. So again, he has 2 opportunities to knock down the Dragon Balls. Alright, so now we have JIREN full power. Main ability, nullifies enemy special cover changes for 10 timer counts, randomly draws at most 3 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards. So that's good. So you kind of replenish your hand. Restores own health by 20% and key by 50, which is good. Plus 50% to next arts damage inflicted, which is good. So heck, if you have a special move, it's probably gonna hit very hard. Unique abilities, the following effects occur after transforming. Plus 20% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. So even more of a damage buff, plus 50% to the next arts damage inflicted. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that's plus 100 to the next arts damage inflicted. Okay, cool. Increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level, cannot be cancelled. Plus 60% to own key recovery, cannot be cancelled. Inflicts all enemies with -20% to health restoration for 40 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with -15% to strike and blast arts power for 40 timer counts. And inflicts all enemies with -30% to special move, ultimate, and awaken arts power for 40 timer counts. Wow. Wow. So if he transforms, pretty much all of your stats, all the opponent's stats are going down. So they're going to be dealing less damage, period. And they're not going to be able to heal as much. Holy, okay. JIREN is sounding a little bit cracked, just a little bit. But now we get to the final part. So we have special arts. For a short period of time, counter will activate upon enemies' melee tap actions or strike arts while in fighting pose. So of course, his special skill, it's a counter. So if they use strike, you counter, and then obviously follow up accordingly. The following effects occur when counter activates: nullifies enemy special cover change for 10 timer counts, cancels enemy attribute upgrades, comboable arts, strike, blast, and special. So you can combo pretty much anything. Unique abilities. This one right here is very important. I want you guys to pay attention to this, okay? Nullifies enemies' wide range special arts attacks while this character is in one of the following states. Activates once: slide, moving, or standing still, sidestepping to the left or right, or receiving an attack. Excludes abnormal conditions and special states caused by certain arts. Excludes changing cover. Do you guys understand how important of an ability this is? Let me give you guys a bit of perspective. Right now, one of the most powerful units that we have to deal with, in my opinion, right, would be Ultra Kid Buu. It's a very powerful unit, right? one very powerful tool that he has is his special skill. His special skill is an AoE, right? When he activates it, he gets all of his blasts turned into strike, and he nullifies cover change. But obviously, when you get hit by it, you get sent flying and is able to continue his combo. With Jiren's unique ability, you are completely unaffected by his special skill. It will not affect you for the very first time anyway. If you're up against Kid Buu and Jiren is in, he's transformed, and he uses his special skill against Jiren, Jiren is immune to it, which means that he may be able to change all of his blast arts to strike, and he may get the cover change nullification, but since Jiren is immune to it, that means that if he activates it, it's a free combo. It's a free combo for Jiren. So, yeah, that is insane. However, remember, it says exclude changing cover. So if you cover change into Jiren while Kid Buu uses a special skill, it should still take effect. But if you are already in and Buu uses it on Jiren, it won't work for the first time. So that's actually incredible. Plus 25% to damage inflicted against Tag God Key cannot be canceled. Very obvious reasons. And then, of course, has a special cover change against blast arts attacks, comboable arts, special move. So, yeah, this Jiren actually sounds very powerful. Very powerful. But now, we get to the main unit. Guys, it's finally time. We are finally getting Tag, Goku, and Frieza. And they're also the first different, like truly different tag unit, which we'll literally break into right now. So, it shows LL Goku and Final Form Frieza. Of course, they're a Sparking unit, they're an LF unit. They are a melee type. Now, pay attention to what I'm about to say. Element, Goku is a purple unit. Frieza is a blue unit. Let me say that one more time, just in case y'all didn't hear me the first time. Goku's a purple unit, and Frieza is a blue unit. For the first time ever, we have a unit with dual element factors. Not reverse element factors, not like quite literally, every tag unit that has existed beforehand have had just the regular element factor and the reverse element factor. That's it, which is still powerful in and of itself. These guys are the first dual element factor unit. Dual element factors. That is unbelievable, and it also opens the floodgates for element factors that can be covered in battle. It's actually scary. Actually, I think with this, you might be able to cover all element factors now. So, yeah, that is going to be frightening, but I digress. Tags, Sun Family. Well, Saiyan, Sun Family, Frieza Force, Otherworld Warrior, because Frieza's obviously dead, you see the halo, Transforming Warrior, Lineage of Evil, and Universe Rep. That's a lot of tags. A lot. And also, LOE finally got another buff. Anyway, episodes, Universal Rifle Saga S, Z Ability 3, plus 30% to Tag Universe Rep, Tag Saiyan, or Tag Lineage of Evil, base strike attack and defense, and plus 15% to Tag Universe Rep, base blast defense during battle, which is good. Now, the reason why I was saying something was important concerning Kahseral earlier is because one of his Z abilities buffs purple units. He's a color buffer. And guess what Goku is? A purple unit, while also having Frieza being a blue unit. So, yeah, Kahseral, like bare minimum, he'll be able to boost these guys from just the element alone. Like, you know, putting Universe Rep and all that aside. Just the element factor alone, he'll be able to boost this unit, which is incredible. Anyway, moving on. We have the unique abilities. While this character is in one of the following states, and I want you guys to really pay attention because this has never happened before. While this character is in one of the following states, if own unique gauge is at 1% or above, consumes entire unique gauge to counter enemies' rising rush. Activates once. And pay attention to what this says. Slide moving or standing still, sidestepping to the left or right, receiving an attack, and changing cover. This is the first unit in the entire game to have a dedicated rising rush cover. Not like Tian's mechanic where you have to get hit first or anything of the sort, and then at the end, if you guess wrong, then he counters the rush. No. And not like other units that do have, like, you know, cover rescue, which is obviously a powerful ability. No, as in, it doesn't matter what the scenario is. If this unit is on the field, or if they can cover change in and their unique gauge is at 1% or higher, they counter Rising Rush. They counter it. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So there's that. And of course it does say, excludes abnormal conditions and special states caused by certain arts. Own unique gauge will disappear after counter activates once, which obviously makes sense. This character's unique gauge will gradually decrease while they're on the battlefield and while they're on standby. Counter will not activate when changing cover if the enemy has buff effect, nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover. So of course, you do have to be careful, but they do still have the ability to counter Rising Rush. So be very, very careful. And of course, side note, their unique gauge doesn't refill. So if the opponent stalls it out, then tough luck. But they do still have the ability to counter rush. So it's still very powerful, especially if the circumstances align for it to be utilized. Anyway, switch ability, very straightforward. If you're Goku, you switch to Frieza. Tag or switches own element to element blue. Again, dual element factors. Restores own health by 15% and ki by 40, plus 30% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, and nullifies enemy special cover changes for 10 timer counts. Cannot be canceled. So you swap to Frieza, you nullify cover change, you get some ki, you turn to a blue unit, all that good stuff. Final form Frieza, tag switch to Goku, switches own element to element purple, restores own health by 20% and ki by 25, plus 30% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, and gradually restores own health each timer count for 15 timer counts. So again, you swap to Goku, turn to a purple unit, you get extra strike damage, you restore health bit by bit, all that good stuff. So there's that, pretty straightforward. Now, we have more unique abilities. Goku applies the following effects to self according to the number of times this character has tag switched to Goku. First time, plus 20% to damage inflicted, cannot be canceled, and -3 to strike and blast arts cost cannot be canceled. Second time onward, plus 40% to damage inflicted, cannot be canceled, and -6 to strike and blast arts costs cannot be canceled. Effects reset when tag switched to Frieza, which makes sense. And then final form Frieza applies the following effects to self according to the number of times this character has tag switched to Frieza. First time, -5 to special move arts cost, cannot be canceled, and plus 30% to critical rate cannot be canceled. Oh, okay, so Frieza's like the crit monster then. And then second time onward, -10 to special move arts cost, cannot be canceled, and plus 60% to critical rate cannot be canceled. Effects reset when tag switching to Goku. So yeah, so Goku's gonna be the one that you want to land strike and blast with. Frieza's gonna be the one that you want to go in for the kill with. So there's that, especially with all the crit buffs that Frieza ends up getting too. So that's actually really, really nice. And then of course we get to the final bit of abilities. So the following effect occurs when this character enters the battlefield if there is a defeated battle member. Restores own health by 20%, activates twice. So them being the last man standing makes sense. Shortens ally substitution count by 2, destroys 3 enemy cards, activates once, reduce enemy ki by 30, and seals all enemies' main abilities for 3 timer counts. So again, having them as last man standing, pretty good idea. Has a special cover change against strike arts attacks, and then you can combo into special move. And then special move arts deals massive impact damage and applies the following effects to self upon activation. Plus 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. Applies -30% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 3 timer counts. And of course, nullifies enemies, restores health when it reaches 0 effects. When this character attacks for 3 timer counts. Blast armor when charging forward. So of course, they're able to deal like all sorts of damage. They knock down the sustained damage cut effects from the enemy. And of course, they nullify endurance, all while having blast armor. So that's really good. And apart from that though, it's pretty much just events and all that stuff coming back, but this is actually insane. I'm not even going to lie. Again, this is how you start an anniversary. Compared to last year, this is significantly better. And not only that, Goku and Frieza, again, are gonna be a very special type of tag unit with them being able to cover 2 completely like different element factors, right? Because with Goku being a purple unit and Frieza being a blue unit, that means that they cover green units and they cover red units. Those are separate element factors, not reverse. Like, if you're, for example, red and reverse red, you cover, yellow and blue respectively. No. Even though that's powerful. they cover separate element factors, which means that if you throw other tag units on there, because Goku's on there, so he works with darn near all the other tag units in the game, you might actually be able to cover all element factors, obviously except for light type because of Shaolin. But yeah, man, this anniversary is sounding incredible, and again, it's happening in a few hours, so I hope you guys are ready. But I do want to know how hyped you guys are for all of this in the comment section below, because y'all know me, I'm going deep on that banner. But again, I want to know how excited you guys are for all of this in the comment section below. Well, with that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.